Hi, everybody. This is Phyllis Y. Whitley. If you have been spiritually victimized and traumatized, welcome to Spiritology Live, where I bring my #1 Amazon bestseller book to life. Yes, and each episode is a spiritual, metaphysical, holistic space of consciousness for self-healing as you learn how to break your religious shackles so you can master and manifest your promised land within today. Let's go. Oh, I had some problems earlier and I had to redo this. And those of you who do podcasts, I give it to you. Those who do live podcasts, it's better to just get it all out. But then you have all kind of problems. Then you just have to jump over your obstacles. I'm actually starting all over because I have some technical problems. But what I'm going to do is first tell you, if you are a newbie, welcome. Tell somebody to come and listen to this podcast I'm about to talk about. This is episode 57, the seasons, the wrong season. This might be why you can't manifest anything. But let me go back. If you want to go back and listen to some of my podcasts, I have some great ones. Please go back. One of them is episode 19, how to turn your obstacles into opportunities. Episode 15, whose life play have you placed your trust in? Oh, we talk about that. Yes. And then we got some goodies here. And then we have some recent ones about episode 36. Congratulations, you are under new management. Y'all remember that song? Ooh, my goodness, that could be. We gonna leave that alone. But that was the song. How about episode 38? Playing with the enemy, the truth about Jezebel. Oh, you didn't know. Listen, I keep it raw. I keep it truthful. And if you are not ready for that, you need to go take your tail, stuck it between your legs, and go and turn on somebody else's podcast. But we are going to start here because my job for you to go ahead and live your promised land today, but you got to get the junk out the way. With that being said, we are in episode 57. We talked about the last time. Please go back and look at that about being stuck in a hallway. The hallway is for you to move through. And it will really help you in any kind of relationships you have, body, mind, and soul, even the relationship with your money. We're going to discuss today about the seasons. Me, Miss P, I talk about 3 seasons. Those of you who know me, those of you who are my mentees or get counseling from me time to time, you know I always say 3 things. They come in your life for a reason, season, and lifetime. We are going to read a scripture for those church people, and also if you're spiritual, this is where I get my food from, the Bible. I'm going to be reading Ecclesiastes, and I always get that messed up. 3:1. This is the New King James Version. Everything has a time. To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven. Let's look at the next version. New International Version. Ecclesiastes 3:1. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. I always say, have a King James Version. That's where you do your quote. And then you have the other updated versions of the Bible that's really speaking today. Okay? With that being said, people, places, and things come in your life. If it's coming divinely, you can pray all you want, but it comes through the fact of how you think and what you feel. That's why feelings get the secret. Remember that? You can't feel messed up from the floor up and try to believe that you are going to attract something that is not messed up. In other words, if you're a mess, you're going to attract a mess. This is why you got to get in that hallway and you need to clean out the mess, all the constipation, financial constipation, physical constipation, all of that spiritual constipation. And that was my last one. But now I'm talking about the seasons. You can be in the seasons, and some people stay in the season. Remember, I said you got to just keep moving. You got to get moving through that hallway. And see, that hallway, could we say, is a season? What I just read from the Bible is a time for everything. And if you go farther into that particular book, you will realize that it's the time to cry, it's the time to laugh. People expire. You cry before you give birth, and there you give birth and you smile and laugh and whatever. Why are the seasons so important? First, let's look at the world season. God gave us 4 seasons: summer, spring, fall, and winter. And I know when you go farther south in some places like that, South America, it looks like they just get 2 seasons. I miss the fall. People don't like that because the leaves are getting ready to drop and everything is bare. But it's a metaphor about you. You will go through a season where you full abundance. Your cup is running over. Then you go through that season where it look like everything is it's just like you kind of weeping with your soul, and you like, and you're not feeling too good. You feel naked. Then you got that winter time come, and everything just frees up. I don't see any money. I'm on every dating site, can't meet nobody. I don't know what's going on. And then the spring come, and everything start blooming, and you start seeing the way. These seasons are very important. Don't take it lightly. It's a metaphor for your life. This is why it's in the Bible. This is why Solomon wrote this. With that being said, now that you understand that, let's go to my seasons. I believe that you have divine connection for season, reason, and lifetime. We're going to talk about relationship. And remember, when I talk about relationship, I'm not just talking about your husband, your wife, or your boyfriend, your girlfriend. I'm talking about your career. You ever know? I have had people call me and they just tired. And they say, I'm just so tired. Everything is going wrong. Sometimes when everything go wrong on your job, it's time to move. Sometimes when you in that, how you get that apartment and it was just for you as a bachelor, and then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, you meet somebody and this is a little bit too small. It's not going to fit in if you go ahead and get married and have kids. And then you got to get to a season, you got to get something bigger. So it's not wrong. It's not bad. It depends on how you make it. Just like the hallway is not good. It's a con and it's a pro to everything. So I always tell people who my mentees and my clients know, I always say they came for season, reason, and lifetime. That season is usually a short time. It can be a day you in a cab and the cab driver give you some wisdom that you can take with you. It can just be you overhear something that tells you where you can get the next job. That's the season. That season can be short-lived or it can go on where you are connected to somebody and you have a relationship and you're really friends with benefits, but you think it's a relationship. Anyway, that can be a season. And you can stretch those seasons out. Okay, we'll get to that. The next one I said they in there for a reason. That reason I feel is to prepare you for your next season. Okay, somebody can come and teach you about debt, and they can prepare you. That's not that fall just look like everything is just dropping. Wintertime come and that person come and say, hey, let me show you how to save. Like the animals, they go save and hide under. They collect the squirrels collect the acorn and all of that. The animals are preparing. It's called preparation. And it's the season. That's what we supposed to do. God said, follow the ant. Even the ant knows what to do. We don't. We get stuck in a season. You will have that spring where everything is just starting to bloom and money is just coming in all kind of directions. And then in summertime, you just use it and you say, I'm getting ready to reap my harvest, and you're dancing and you're traveling. You understand that you're not in the summertime. It's just a spiritual summer. I call it the 3 seasons again. I say season, reason, lifetime. That season could be a minute, whatever. And the reason, you have to understand, why is this person in my life? A lot of time people get into these relationships and it go bad, and then they say, I just don't know what to I just and I the first thing I tell them, you are going to send that person some flowers one day. And they laugh at me. What are you talking about? Because out their eyes, I show them a prophetic preview, but out their eyes, they see a damaged relationship. They see time was wasted. Yes, it was wasted because you didn't literally see the flags. You didn't see the signs with the leaf were falling. You just stayed there. Hello, I know I'm talking to. Well, let's digest that because some people's like, she talking to me, and you didn't realize something. This is why. This is who I am as a counselor, a mentor. I teach you how to revise your past. What happens is that reason is just something that you have to look at and say, how can I learn from this? People come for a reason to show you that you didn't move out the hallway. Remember I talked about that being stuck? So you can't manifest something. I go back to that scripture. As a man thinketh, so is he. Forgive me if I didn't give you the scripture. Just go find it. Literally, they attract. If you always so mean and hateful, and you didn't close that door and gave them back their shit, what's going to happen is you're going to be in the season of reason. Why am I going through this? Is the reason you didn't properly drop your mess and you didn't properly prepare. The good part of it is they come in to help you prepare. People come in your life to teach you something. Sometimes relationships are the best relationships. You say, oh my God, that was my best friend. I love him. I love her. And it's a season that they have to go. They come through life in this light. Even, I hate to say, even when they expire, but you learn something from them that you can take the rest of your life and you be thankful. Well, Miss P, how can I learn from a bad relationship? I mean, this person abused me. You can learn from it enough that you say, I might meet you and you have a different face, but I know that type of spirit, abuse spirit, and you learn from it and you say, I'm not going into something like that again. Sometimes the reason is you in a smaller apartment and you need to go get a house. Sometimes the reason that your co-workers are talking about you and your boss don't like you, all of a sudden everything was beautiful, all of a sudden everything is crashing down on you in the second year, is because you're supposed to go get your own business. When the pandemic hit, many people didn't know how to pivot. For years, they had all kind of educations dealing with computer this, computer that, graphic design, everything dealing with computers. Even the social medias was all about computers. If you didn't know nothing, you knew how to get on this. People who knew how to cook or know how to do hair, they literally got on YouTube. And a lot of those people are millionaires now. People can't believe that YouTubers are millionaires. It's a lot of them out there that's making some serious money. And they like, I just don't know. I don't want to know nothing about computers. But you know what God had to do? Put the computer in your hand. You didn't want to go buy a laptop or a desktop, but guess what? Your phone is the computer. And it really amazed me when they show people in the hood or some places, and they in the hood and they just mind is an idle, but yet they can say, I'm on YouTube. They know how to work that little computer. Do you know what you can do if you work that computer? If you went to school when all the years that they was begging you, these schools was out here say, come learn graphic design, come learn this. Do you understand what I'm saying? Nobody did it. So when the pandemic came and took a lot of the brick and mortar out the way, you had to pivot, and some people don't want to pivot. Even churches did not pivot, and they lost members. They lost everything. I refused to go online. I remember a girl was in this Chinese store one time, and she was telling the lady, I'll never do nothing online. I never trust online. And I'm looking at her saying, really? Online is the future. It's people say I would never, but I bet that never turn into, hello, doorbuster, can I get some food? I'm starving in here. I can't cook. You get on, you go on the phone to make a travel plans, and you on a line for, you on hold for hours. You know what? You didn't learn how to pivot and go online and make your own reservation. Do you understand what I'm saying? Even the pandemic, even something that is so dark, you can pivot and learn from it. It's the reason it's coming to you, to teach you, to prepare you. So don't get upset with the reason. Don't get upset when that man leave you, that woman leave you. It might have been trying to show you something. Some of it so you don't carry to your next destination. Some of it, oh, they cheated me out of all my money. Okay, you learned something. Get up and go. Go straight to the next destination, the next door, future door. Do you understand? They come for a lifetime. They can be your life journey. People say soulmate. I say they literally your life mate. It can be your family member, of course, your family member. Some family members you're not close to, but it can be your best friend that stay with you from every day, from the time you met them. Then you have that life mate, that person that you just say, this is definitely my soulmate. Would that be, or you want them to be? With that being said, that life mate comes and they stick, they stick closer than a brother. I don't have no family, but your friends, you may say, but your friend, your best friend is your family, your new family. So these seasons are very important. Learn them. Well, if you don't learn my seasons, really go to the 4 seasons and learn what I just said earlier. Why in the summer you're just weeping the harvest. Think about a farmer, the different seasons he have to go through. You will have to go through a season, even if you put that, what do they call it, vision board up. Even if you got it all in your closet or whatever, you got your affirmation, which I believe in all of that, spiritual tools. Even if you got that up, it's a season between manifestation. A lot of people get angry. This is when a lot of people that's technically in the hallway or technically in their winter time where everything's frozen, don't look like money coming to you, don't look like you've been on the app for how long, look like, wait a minute, I've been through how many years and I'm still single. It's something that you must do during that time. You must be productive. God shows that with the animals. You must be productive. You know why? Because you will come out of that season, but you cannot stay in the season and become idle. Just like I said, the hallway, you cannot fall asleep and live there. You have to know if somebody's coming for a season. Accept that. Accept the relationship that was no good. Did you learn something from it? Did you learn that you are too worthy? God made you a diamond and you are not a punching bag? Did you realize, men, that God got a wonderful wife for you? And you don't have to sit up there and figure out, why did she cheat on me? Well, probably because she cheated on her ex or her husband while she was seeing you. You have to look at that. And then you have to know when it's the season. It's the season when your teenager grow and fall in love and get married. Well, I don't want to marry. I want to live. To each his own. If you want to live with somebody, it's a season for that. But don't. And I'm going to go back and say I met so many people in my lifetime when I counsel, and they say, I can't live without that person. Y'all heard me say this before. And they stop their whole life. They stop their whole world. Some, unfortunately, because the parents didn't teach them about this spiritual side, they just go and commit suicide or a suicidal attempt to get that person's attention to come back, not understanding it's time for you to move on. You ask God to bless me, bless me, bless me, bless me, but then yet you set up, and no offense, you set up in the church a corner store plaza church that in 5 years they got no more than 15 members. That's fine. But remember, you go as high as your mentor, your mentor or your counselor or whatever. You only going as high as they are. That's why you have to be careful who coach you. That's why athletes pay people money. They want the best. They want the best referrals. You got to be careful because if somebody is literally, they don't have to have the 5 houses, but they have to know that somebody that had the 5 houses. They have to know, but they really have to practice what they preach. If your pastor is sitting there, this is a tip for y'all, and they can't not go past 12 people, 15 people, and they've been in the same plaza, and then they talking about pray for me. No, no, no. They should have a personal relationship with God. And God is not saying everybody have to have a mega church. But you got to see some movement with them. And if you don't see no movement, then hopefully they are not. You need to tell them, don't ask for more members. Put a lockdown, put a sign up. We do not want more members because we do not know how to manifest more members. Oh, boy, if you're a pastor, I know you're saying, okay, I got to get off of this podcast. I'm telling the truth. It's even clients. I have off clients and then I have those that stay with me. Listen, they just say, hey, I ain't going nowhere. I'm their lifetime. I'm in their world for as a lifetime mentor. But let me tell you, they only go as far as I can go. Some of them got more than I got, but that's because that's their goal and that's their life play. But your mentor better have something. Your mentor, a counselor, a doctor have to always, always be updated with the times of what's going on. Even when the pandemic came and a lot of the churches didn't want to go online, they didn't need to. God gonna take care of me. Yeah, but God is standing up there knocking on your door for 10 years saying, learn the computer. One of your members might know. Pay them the money. And let me tell you how God bless. Churches went online and they was, instead of getting money from, and I say the tithes and the donations was coming just from 12 members. You go online and God said, I can have people from another country listening to you and you can get donations from everybody. I'm not saying that that's why you're there. I'm saying if you got a good word, somebody around the world might need to hear that word and they can bless you. You can go from 12 members that might be in the church, but if you pivot to online, you got how many people? Now you got 12 people in 12 different states. Do you see what I'm saying? You have to realize that it's a reason that even when darkness is out there, remember the way they used to develop the films, it don't feel good. It may feel bad with the breakup, but you are developing a greater picture, but you can't develop something you can't see. This is where a coach, counselor, mentor comes in to teach you how to see. And if you got a prophet, that makes it even better. So you know about the seasons. You can't not bang down the door of winter and say, I just don't want summer to come in. I want winter. Winter, then we have spring. And as the spring come in and you still wearing your winter coat, what do you think they're going to look like? They are going to go ahead and call the popo on you to take you to the Lulu place. Do you understand? That was funny, but that was true. Do you see what I'm saying? Physically, if you don't come out of certain seasons, if you are in debt and you just stay right there and you keep $5 in your account, where's the movement? That's why investment, you must invest in yourself. I did a discussion with the talents in the Bible, how one when it made interest and the other one who didn't. God was very upset and said, hey, unproductive, unfruitful. You want to make God very disappointed? He said you should multiply. That's why certain seeds God don't allow is because certain seeds literally will multiply all against what God wants. That's why people don't want to know is a God. They don't want to have nothing to do with a God. They just don't want to believe in the suffering, the consequences, or manifesting the bad stuff. You must know that person is in your life for a reason in a lifetime. Sometimes you don't know if it's a season. Sometimes you have nothing to do with that when they expire. You really don't know sometimes. You hope that, your best friend is there for a lifetime. You hope that your marriage is a lifetime. But if it's not, you have to look at and say, why is this person here? What did I learn? How do I get out of this hallway like I taught before? Your divine connection can come from a minute. It could come from a book that you read. And that book gave you one idea from that person's mind that saved you a lifetime. Embrace the seasons, but know when it's time to move on. What happens if you don't let go? That season will become a curse. When you stay in the summertime and the fall coming, you need a jacket and you walking around with a bikini or shorts. Go to the beach. Some people go to the beach in the fall. Go to the beach with a bikini and see how long you understand you'll last. You got to be careful. It's the season. Then you get upset at God. I'm not manifesting everything. It's the time. You should be manifesting, checking your list. When you go get a coach, a mentor, you got to see where they're going. They have to be transparent to let you know. I might not have 2 homes like you, but I can tell you how to get those 2 homes. Because the thing about a counselor, a mentor, sometimes they are so busy helping other people, they do forget to help themselves. I'm in that season. I said, wait. Y'all just rocking it. Y'all just making it. I got to get myself together here. Because we so busy, we become in a season of just helping. It is a season, and that's the summertime that you spiritually, a spiritual summer is when you sit back and reap the harvest. Just like a farmer. Ask a farmer. They go through so many seasons. And they have to understand the seasons. That's why I'm telling you, and this is how you will manifest. Now, I did say the seasons can curse you or they can be a blessing, but you won't know that until you listen to part 2. Yes, we got to do a part 2 of this because you want to know. You already got some wisdom here. So if you need some help going into the right season, contact me. You know my website. If you don't, I don't even put it. I need to start listening to it. It should be selfwhisper.com or phylliswhitley. What is it? Is it .com? Whatever. I am going to say, I'm over here thirsty, so excuse me. Thank you for coming to my space. I don't know who you know. Pass this around. You want to help somebody, help them by giving them this podcast, giving them the platforms. I'm on several platforms, giving them my book. Start getting all the Christmas presents. You got my books, my t-shirts, family reunion. We're in the summertime. And what's new is that I am walking through the hallways and going to my next door. So some of my past I had to let go. You have to know when it's a season that you have to let go. I'm going to go ahead and talk about that in the next podcast. Thank you. Remember, if loving yourself is right, you don't want to be wrong.